to the Real Estate Scripts Podcast, the show that helps you know what to say when you're talking to buyers and sellers so that you can close more deals and earn more money. I'm Darren Tunstall, a real estate professional, coach, and #1 best-selling author. Let's get into this. All right, everybody. So today we are discussing the seller's interview sheet, and we're also going to combine that with the listing presentation. So at the very beginning, you'll hear us dialoguing back and forth over some wants and needs a little bit, and then we pause and then we go right into the listing presentation. So the purpose of the seller interview sheet was to qualify that this person is ready to go forward, and then we do the meeting later on, or we schedule the meeting. Hope you enjoy. As a reminder, the purpose of Scripts and Dialogues is to come, learn, practice, and be prepared to fail forward. This is where we make mistakes and help each other out, but we're mostly interested in seeing how we can get better. First, we read through the script word for word, and then we go back and put it into our own natural tone, style, and phrasing. You won't know what to say until you go through the script. So, with that said, many people will say, that's not how I sound. And I totally get it. That's not how you sound. But that is the reason why we practice every day, so that the script becomes you and in your own voice. So, read it word for word first, then go back and put it into your own natural tone, style, and phrasing, and I think it'll work out. Well, I think today we should do a quick breakout. So we have the listing presentation, we got the listing presentation deck, we have the seller interview, we have the 52-week listing presentation script, or the quick listing script. Pretty much choose one of them and just practice it and go from there, is what it is. So the listing presentation deck is done for the listing presentation. So if you guys, that's the new one that's got all the beautiful pictures and everything. All right, I'll break these out. When you see it pop up, go to it.
I was trying to go back to the deck, but I'm still in seller interview.
Oh, go for it. Whenever, I mean, you can get it pulled up if you want.
Well, I can just do this one now since I'm here.
Is that what you want? Is it you're going to do the seller interview sheet?
Yeah.
All right. All right, so we're doing the seller interview. All right, cool. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. So I guess to set the stage, I'm coming to your house, or I'm on the phone. It looks like I'm calling you on the phone. Okay. Hi, Darren. My name is Emily. I'm with the Repros team at Keller Williams. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Awesome. Hey, so I spoke to your friend Debbie Logan. She asked me to give you a call. I think she told you.
Mm-hmm.
She said you're looking to sell your home in the next month or so.
Yeah, we've just been keeping an eye on the market and thinking about moving, and wanted to look into see what our home would potentially be worth and whether we should or not. So yeah.
Right. Awesome. So if you were to move, where would you move to?
I'd like to stay in the La Mesa Mountain Helix area.
Oh, okay. So tell me a little bit about why you think what are you needing in the change? If you're staying in the same area, are you looking to downgrade, upgrade? What, more land, less land? What are we looking for here?
Well, that's a really good question. I didn't think about that, but other than just tired of seeing the same old walls, same old bedrooms, same old view. You know what I mean?
Yeah, got it. Okay, so if I may ask, what's your address?
It is 7777 Alvarado Road in La Mesa.
Oh, I know where that is. That's a nice little area. And what neighborhood? I know you want to stay in La Mesa, but what neighborhood are you looking? Have you been looking in certain parts of La Mesa that you'd rather go to?
Well, right now we are on the south side of Mount Helix, which is also known as Casa de Oro, but I really like that lake, that Mountain Helix lake on the other side of the cross.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be fairly mature, and a lot of landscaping. I'm looking something that landscaping is completely done too. If we do
Okay.
decide to move forward, I really don't want to rebuild everything and regrow everything and do all that type of stuff. I'd rather have it just done.
Okay. Got it. All right. So what I'm going to start with is I have your address, your property address. I'm going to do a comparative market analysis. And what that is, I look at homes that have sold, usually typically within the last 3 months. It could go as far as 6 months, but the market's been changing so much that might be, a little too far out of a reach. To see what they're selling at, kind of compare them by lot size, square footage size, and any kind of upgrades or anything like that to get a good idea of what your home could potentially sell for. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So I'm going to start on that. I should be able to get that done in the next couple hours. Tell me, what is the best way to reach you? Is it this phone number, or should I email you or text? What do you prefer?
Well, I prefer a phone call. However, text me before you call me. That way I know it's you because for some reason I've been getting a lot of spam
Mm-hmm.
or whatever you call it, and I'm just not going to answer a phone number that I don't recognize anymore.
Right. Okay. Another question I have is, have you been talking to any other realtors or real estate agents?
I've
Hey,
talked to a couple of people.
just curious if you've signed any contracts, because that would limit me from helping you if you've already signed with somebody.
I have not signed anything, just asking
Okay,
questions.
perfect. Okay, great. Then I'd love to move forward and come over to your house if you have some time in the next, day or two. I could come by, you can show me around and kind of get a feel for your home and your style, and kind of go over my marketing plan and what I do to sell your home and what I do differently from any other agent, and to bring you the most money to the bottom line, because I'm sure you have probably a lot of equity in your home. If you've owned it, you said 5 years you've owned it.
I've actually had it since 2014
Okay.
and it's a brand new, we built it. It's a brand new home. We actually bought the land, developed it, and we put a home on it. And that's why I said because we had to grow everything. We've had to
Got it.
so there was nothing here, and it takes a lot of work to do all that type of stuff. And quite
Sure.
frankly, I'm just done doing all that.
Okay.
Now, that
Right.
said, I like a lot of land. We have a vineyard on this property with 200 vines,
Oh, wow.
so you can imagine that it takes quite a bit of land. I would like to do something similar to that, maybe not as big, but something that gives me at least 50 bottles of wine a year.
Mm-hmm. So you're a big wine guy, huh? You like growing your own grapes and making your own wine.
I'm a big wine guy, but I'm not a big wino.
That's
Huge difference.
got it. Oh, sure. Absolutely. Okay, so you've been there almost what, 8 years then? So, well, that's awesome. You probably, especially since you built the home on it, it's probably, you've accrued a lot of wealth just owning the land and developing it into something from nothing. So that's good to know.
hmm
Let me ask you this. Have you seen any other homes for sale in your neighborhood? I mean, I'm going to check later, but I'm just curious if you've run across anything.
Yes, I have. There's two homes that sold on my street alone,
They already
and
sold.
then
Okay.
they've already sold. One sold for 1.3 million, and then another one had sold for about 1.2. There's some on the main road down below us
Mm-hmm.
that have sold as well. They're just under a million, like 900 grand.
Mm-hmm. Did they sell at that, or they were listed at that?
Well, I know for a fact that the one up the street from us sold for 1.3 million for sure.
Okay.
And the other one was listed at 900. I think they sold a little bit less because apparently somebody had died in that property.
Hmm.
And a neighbor had told me that because of that, the value of the home was a little bit less.
Okay. Yeah, depends on who's buying, but yeah, I could see that some people are kind of weirded out by that.
Well, I know it sat for a long time, and knowing that, I think that's probably a factor.
Okay. Well, tell me, when's the best time to set up an appointment to come over and see the home, chat a little bit further, and talk about a game plan?
I actually have today or Thursday available, so
I,
any t
I'm actually going to be in the neighborhood around 4 o'clock today. Does that work for you?
yeah, if you're going to be around, then let's meet up. Absolutely.
Okay. If I could just get your email, I'm going to send you my bio, a little bit about me and my team, and what I can do to get your home sold. Like I said, for the most money, least amount of time, less stress. So you just have to sit back and you know pack up.
Sure. It's dkt at darrentunstall.com.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to send that out to you today, as well as the comparative market analysis I described.
Mm-hmm.
Please take a moment to look it over,
Okay.
because that way you have questions when I arrive, because questions are always a good thing, because the more we know, the more we know, right?
Right.
And I want to make sure that this is a totally transparent transaction, and that I help you through any kind of doubts or insecurities that you may have just selling your home, because it is a daunting task. It's a lot. You got to do a lot. And then, I can help you look for your next amazing home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I got a quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, Debbie, like you said in the beginning, had referred us to you. I
Mm-hmm.
did look you up, and it looks like that you're fairly busy. Is that going to have any effect on how you work with us?
Absolutely not. I work with a team of professionals, but I work with you directly. If I need help on the back end, I have several people to help me. But as far as contact, it's you and me. And and your significant other, of course. I'm always available to you. If I try to always answer my phone. Of course, that's not 100% always going to happen, but I'm going to call you right back if it doesn't. I don't want you to feel that I'm too busy for you. And I think, once we start working together, you'll see that even if I have, 4 or 5 other clients at the same time, that you don't feel that way. You'll feel like you're my only client.
Okay,
Okay.
that's
But I
good.
really want to stress that communication is huge for me. I'm an open book, an open door. You can call me with any kind of questions. Even if you ask the same question more than once, that's fine too. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
And
So I'm gonna see you at 4 o'clock today, right?
yeah, 4 o'clock works.
Hey, can I pick up some coffee or tea on the way in?
No, I'm good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. Terrific. Maybe snickerdoodles. I have some. I just made some this morning, so I'll bring some of those over for you and your family. And just as a way of saying thank you for giving me the opportunity to work for you.
Absolutely. No, they're always a hit around here too. So,
Oh, great. Okay. Well, thanks so much for your time, Darren. It was very nice chatting with you. And I'm gonna send everything over, and I'll see you later today.
all right, sounds good. Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
You too. All right. No, that was good. Honestly, you were just, I mean, that was good. You've scheduled the appointment. I threw one little objection in there, which is you're gonna see these come up a little bit more in the objections because I worked on a ton of these, and one of the objections to signing an agreement is we heard that you're a little busy, and tell us more about that. So there's some other ones too, like we're not ready to sell, we need time to make repairs. Why should we have you represent us? We want to think about it. I need to talk with my spouse. You haven't sold any homes in my area. we hear you're very busy, which is the one that I threw out. We want to interview several agents first, which I kind of already said that I did, but you asked a great question, which was, did you sign anything yet? And I like your answer that allows us to, work together without limitations right now. Explaining an easy exit listing agreement. That one we'll need to talk about a little bit further in detail, and shortening the listing agreement term. So if it needs to be. So those are the different objections. However, that's
So
just
how was my answer for being busy?
perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. So I wanted to throw out a ton of other ones. But for the purpose of the script and getting through it, it was good. But you handle it perfectly. And handling objections can be there's a whole bunch of different things. But the point right now was not, like you did, was not to get stuck on any of that. The point is to get the appointment, which is what you have. So
okay.
why don't we take the last 10 minutes to launch into the appointment? And you can either choose to do the quick script, or you can do the whichever presentation you want, the deck or the old listing presentation, however you want to do it.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the quick script. Okay, so we already spoke on the phone. I sent you my presentation. I sent you the CMA. I'm not going to call and text you because it's the same day meeting. So I'm not going to call and say, hey, remember, I'm still coming.
Right. Yep,
So
that makes
we're
sense.
going to start at step 2.
Okay.
Okay, knock, knock.
Who's there? Just kidding. Couldn't resist. You know what was weird about that is you said knock, knock, and that was the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, okay, I'll just say it. All right, sorry about that. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, Darren.
Hey, Emily.
Thanks for having me over.
Absolutely. Come on in.
Thank you. Wow, your home is amazing. I love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for saying that. I appreciate that.
I can't believe you built this yourself.
Well, we had a little help. I mean, so now we did all of this, and we bought the land, and we liked the view, and this is what we wanted to do. So now it's like, okay, it's what was it? What did we calculate earlier? Like 9 years later, and I don't know. I think we're just kind of getting antsy about seeing a new view and new walls, new rooms, stuff like that. So yeah, but thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's walk through the home real quick, and then we'll sit down and go over, the stuff that I sent you, and see if you have any questions. We'll go over the listing paperwork and the comparative market analysis. Okay.
No, that sounds perfect.
Perfect. So this looks like bathroom. We got the laundry room over here.
Yeah. Yeah, let me just take you on a tour here. So yeah, we go this way, laundry room. Here's one of the bathrooms, master bedroom back here. We got another bathroom in here, huge walk-in closet, which is nice.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Here's, everything behind the door is just my space. The rest of it is my wife's.
Of
So
course, makes sense.
and then we have, the French doors that go out to the deck area. It's about 600 square feet of deck. And you can see it's covered. Then we go back through the hallway. Here's the living area. Here's the dining area. I've got a big kitchen. We decided to go with a big kitchen because we cook a lot, and we have a lot of family that comes over who likes to eat a lot. So it's kind of the focus where everybody wants to meet up. Back 2 bedrooms are daughter's room, and then another guest bedroom and another bathroom back here. So we are and then when you go outside on the deck, you can oversee the grapevines. There's, like I said, there's 200 Tempranillo. Do all the bottling myself as well, but it's about almost an acre.
Well, in doing the comparative market analysis, I found some similar homes. I saw the homes that you said sold recently. And
Okay.
I think you're spot on about the prices. I think, yours is a little smaller than the ones up the hill that sold recently. So we might, start at a lower asking price. But we can talk about that when we sit down and go over those things. So let me ask you, what's your timeline for selling? What needs to happen?
Well, per our discussion, we're not necessarily in a rush
Mm-hmm.
or have to either.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really a thought. And, the question is, what can we get out of this house and potentially put it down on something else? The part that I struggle with, and I was just having this conversation the other day, is do we keep this as a rental? Because if we keep it as a rental, that's essentially $1,500 a month extra that comes in.
Mm-hmm.
That's net, and
So you
that's
would
not.
rent this for $1,500?
No, that's my net. So we'd rent
Okay,
it for
so
about.
after the
Hmm.
mortgage payment, okay, got it.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean that's a good chunk of change on a rental property.
It is, yes, that's pretty good.
So the question is do I keep that and just keep the passive income coming in from the real estate,
Mm-hmm.
or do we just cash out, take all the equity, and go and buy another house and live in it and pay it off and enjoy the new home while having the passive income?
Right, okay. So is your wife here? Is she gonna be sitting down with us?
Nah, she doesn't do this kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. Let's go over the listing paperwork here. I did send this with the package, so I hope you've had a chance to review it. Did you have any questions?
No, the only real question that I'm curious about is, I mean, you seem like a nice person. You seem like you know what you're doing. The only real question that I have is, what do you think we can get for this house? I know what I owe on it, but what do you think we can get for it?
I think you should list it at 1.1. I think that's a great price to start at, but I think that'll generate a lot of interest because that's a little less than what the other homes on your street sold for. So people will see that because, that's if they're working with, professional real estate agents, they will know that that's a great price for this neighborhood. So the idea is to get the most amount of people looking at your home, come see it, qualified buyers, and make an offer. So the more people we get interested, the better the offer you're going to get. Because they know it's going to be listed at a great price. So if they want to be the highest and best, they're going to make a good offer.
Okay, no, that sounds good.
Okay.
I
What do you think about that price?
Well, I was hoping that it was at least over 1 million. So,
Yeah, I think
uh,
so.
okay.
Absolutely. Because where the size of the home isn't that great, the layout is great. The land is great. You've taken care of it. I mean, there's a lot of properties out here that are the same or more land, and they're just not being taken care of.
Well, it's not easy. The
No,
more
it's not.
the more land you have, it's not easy to take
Of
care of.
course not. No, but it's part of investing in your home is taking care of the land, especially when you have as much as you do.
That is
A
very
lot of
true.
people up the street with overgrown gardens that haven't seen a gardener in months, especially with all this rain. You can tell, and that takes away, that detracts from the value of the home, believe it or not, because people have to spend money cleaning that up, clearing brush, cutting back foliage. It's great. The condition of your home is amazing, and I think, if we list it at that price, like I said, you'll get a lot of attention.
Okay. Well, here's what I'd like to do. I do want to talk to my wife about it.
Of
And
course.
because again, it was just a conversation that we were having.
Hmm.
And now that I've got some answers from a true professional, I'd like to seriously consider it and go from there. How does that sound?
That sounds great. Yeah, that's why I asked you when we were looking around the home if your wife was joining us, because I think it's important that all the decision makers are here. So she owns the home, so she would need to sign on the listing contract as well, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
she does. She's also on title. She just doesn't like this kind of stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
she's never been like that. We've been married for 30 years, and the bottom line is you'd be the first, so I don't think we're going to start now.
Got it. Okay,
So
so
it's not that trust me when I say this, I'm not brushing you off. I'm just saying that's the way she works, and the day that we need to sign, she will be here to do that.
and when will that be? When can we determine that now?
Well, so today's Monday. I have the next availability is on Thursday. So
Okay.
let us talk for 2 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we'll actually be out of town, and then I'll be back on Thursday, and we'll have plenty of time to talk about that. Is that fair?
Okay, that's totally fair. So would you like me to come back Thursday in the late afternoon so I can sit down with both of you and go over everything? Because I think it's important that she's here. I understand that she doesn't like this kind of thing, but I think we should all sit down together in case she has any questions. Don't you think that's fair?
Yeah, that sounds fair. Let's do that.
Okay, so how about 5 o'clock on Thursday?
5 o'clock on Thursday works. I'll see you
Okay.
then. All right, so that's the script. I hope that you found it very useful. To download the script, just go ahead and head over to realestatescriptspodcast.com. There'll be a link there for you to download the script. This podcast is for the purpose of education only, and it does not make any guarantees. We suggest you seek out the help of your broker, coach, or mentor for specific situations. Brought to you by Darren Tunstall at Repros, California DRE number 018534445.